Good morning to our viewers across the world. My name is Ayo Adams, and you're welcome to the sports segment of the weekend show. It's been an exciting week. Glad to be back fully on set after having that trailblazing coverage at the AFCON. But now let's talk about something that's quite important to sport development in recent days, recent months, recent years. We talk about sport entertainment and marketing. Sport entertainment and marketing at the vibrant intersection of athleticism, personal stories, and commercial success. This dynamic field not only showcases physical prowess and strategic genius of athletes, but also leverages on their journeys, their triumphs, and their engagement to inspire, connect with audiences across the world. As we delve into the intricacies of sports and entertainment and marketing, we uncover the art of storytelling that transforms sports from mere competitions into global narratives, driving fan engagement, brand partnership, and innovative marketing strategies that captivates millions. Today from Lagos, I'm joined by Akin Sholanke, the founder of Fans and Bants. Akin is an experienced, broad-spectrum senior marketing professional with a demonstrated history of working in the global and Pan-African marketing broadcast media, digital marketing business, sport entertainment, and lifestyle industry for more than a decade. After a successful 3 years at Viacom, Akin moved to become the marketing, digital, and sales manager at Universal Music Nigeria, where he was part of the founding team that set up the business, head of office in Nigeria and sub-Saharan Africa. He's led over 15 marketing and digital sales and production team across Nigeria and Africa at large, namely Ghana, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, and Tanzania at large. Today, I'm joined by the founder of Fans and Bants, Akin Sholanke, to give us a deep dive into sports marketing and the product, Fans and Bants, and how it has been taking Africa, Nigeria by storm, most importantly, during the AFCON. Good morning, Akin. How are you doing? I'm good, Akin. Well, good to see you. How is Lagos? How is the heat in Lagos? How is the vibe in Lagos? How are you doing?
It's actually chilly this morning. There's not much heat. So, yeah. I'm about to play football right now.
always on
I've
the
not
move.
played this year, so I'm actually excited. So, immediately after this interview,
All right.
I'm going on there.
All right, let's dive into it quickly. About sports entertainment and sports marketing, the new product of engaging fans. Talk to us about sports marketing and entertainment. What is the thrill about it that has been ongoing so far in the industry?
Yeah, when you were introducing me earlier, I was like, oh, wow, I did all that. It's quite interesting. so, thanks for that, the flattering intro anyways. I started my career off when I was at Mnet Africa. And then, I got exposed to brands like Super Sports, Channel O at the time, moved to MTV based, like you said, Viacom. That kind of like exposed me and my career basically around the music movie space, And then when you see marketing in that space, it's kind of like accelerated. Like, you see Afrobeat today, across the world. We've seen Hollywood doing wonderful things too as well, online and even on the streaming platforms and all of that. But then with sports, yes, we have players all over the world, and we are getting there. But then the entertainment and marketing bit of it seems to be lagging a bit behind, basically. So what I'm trying to do, through Fans and Bants, and there are a lot of people like me now, as well. We're trying to, be lead the frontier of the new guys to revolutionize, sports, entertainment, and marketing, in this market, basically. Especially after COVID as well. A lot of people are beginning to go out. I love what Sporting Lagos is doing, by the way. You see, they've started to breathe life into, sports, basically. You see people like yourself as well doing wonderful things. So we're in a very interesting time, Fans and Bants was kind of like born out of this idea. And Fans and Bants as well was born out of Onile, but I'm sure we'll get there in a bit to your question. So, yeah.
All right. Now, talking about Fans and Bants particularly, what inspired this movement, and you coined from the Onile, whenever me and you talk about Onile being, the board man, and also you always use this juicy line that gets everybody, which is we are all faithful footballers, but eventually we are here and with a product that has been selling, just like you mentioned, you're not the only one who does it, but what inspired Fans and Bants and what sets you apart among the demography of people who have been doing watch parties, but,
Yeah, exactly. The story is actually quite interesting. How did I start Fans and Bants? I'll start with the Onile story. So back then when I was in school, I was like, I grew up in Solo boy, by the way. Back then, obviously, you needed to make a quick buck, to take to school and all of that. So, and then I was privileged to have DSTV. This is early 2000s at the time. We had DSTV at home, and then I just kind of like pulled the wire out, connected the TV in a shed that was beside my house, basically. started a viewing center, and then it was successful and people were coming through. But then what I noticed as I went along was that it afforded me the opportunity to be an authority in my space, in the area, because you are the only, you're the gatekeeper, basically. You're the one saying, oh, you can come in, you can come watch, Obviously, you're getting paid for that too as well. But, I saw the power that it afforded me, and that's when Onile, the idea, started from, basically, and then with all of my experience as well, Onile started off as a sports platform, which you know very well, in 2020. But then, like I said, seeing that there's a great area in sports marketing and entertainment, Fans and Bants are just like, just a no-brainer, really, and then, that I think that's a quick, story about a Fans and Band, how we started. We started last season, no, this season actually, Man U versus Arsenal at the time, which was that was our pilot episode, which was very, very nice. And then with AFCON, took it to another level entirely. It got to a point where we had close to about 500 people in space at the particular time, all together, vibing, watching together, networking, which was Fans and Bands is about. That's why, we started this as well. I must say as well that, this vision was bought into by Giddy Groove, which is a partner. They saw the vision right from the get-go. And Giddy Groove is very versed in entertainment, lifestyle, which is what Fans and Bands is about as well. It's not just you coming to watch your game. Imagine if you're going to a stadium, just come into our space. It has that same kind of vibe. It's a substitute, basically.
Yeah. All right. Still on that, Aki. Let's talk about. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly. So now you've talked about the origin story. You've talked about the platform. You've talked about the beginning of the project, and you've talked about how it's been growing. So tell me, what's the long-term plan for Fans and Bands? You mentioned it's not a one-off thing. I recall after one of the AFCON games while in Ivory Coast, I saw that Fans and Bands were doing a Super Bowl watch along, and not to not to break the distance, but I mean, we're here at the African Independent Television to break exclusive stories. They're also probably going to be viewing the Ngannou Joshua match. Tell us, what's the long-term plan for Fans and Bands? Is it just football alone, or do you are you going to dive into more prominent sport?
Yeah, you notice I was intentionally avoiding saying football. I know football is the biggest sport, and then it draws the largest numbers, basically. But, it's more than, Fans and Bands is more than football. It's sports, basically. So we've done football, we've done Super Bowl. We are going to do boxing, for example, next week, the Ngannou fight. We're actually going to, set up a boxing ring, get local fighters as well, to come spar and stuff like that. So that's what we are about. Like I told you, our space is in a space where it's an experience. We're just building experiences around sports, and when you're in our space, you get to be yourself, you get to banter, that's very, very important, you get to meet famous faces too as well. So, we are just that sweet intersection across cultures, and we are the same ecosystem, of the same guys that love music and the same females that love music and movies. All chances are like they love sports too as well. So our place is that melting spot where everybody, or that melting point where everybody kind of like comes together. Long-term goal, like I said, we are not staying. We've done mainland, we've done island in Lagos. We're coming to Abuja pretty soon as well. We're going to do Accra. We're going to conquer Africa basically first, and then we're going to then attack the diaspora markets too as well in Europe and North America, And like I said, we're not just doing just football, We've done boxing, we're going to do UFC, we're doing the NBA, we're going to do F1, there's something for everybody, and we're going to set up accordingly to every unique sport. So I'm actually very excited because this is something I feel very passionate about. So, hosting people and having them come into the Fans and Band space is actually very nice. And then it's also helped to be able to get, people like you who are giving us the opportunity to, talk about it, basically.
All right, then. Thank you very much. That's a flying place to live it. You're going to conquer the world, but you start from home. To everyone watching, that's been Akin Shola. Akin, thank you. Where can our viewers who are looking to watch with Fans and Bands find you online?
Exactly, viewers and sponsors. Sponsors, yeah. We've got a website, fansandband.com. That's FANS.
All right.
So that's what I'm wearing. FANS and then band.com. Then you can find us on social media as well at Fans and Bands. We're on YouTube, we're on Twitter, we're on TikTok. We're everywhere. We have superb content. Just go on our pages, watch past content, and then try to be part of our community. Join the squad. for future content as well, and then be part of our activations. So.
All right, then. Thank you very much, Akin. Thank you for your time. Thank you for shedding light on the nitty-gritty in the entertainment and marketing industry.
All right, thank you very much. Let me go play football now. Score
some goals. Score some goals for us. All right.
I got you.
All right, guys. That has been Akin Sholanke from Lagos, telling us about sports, entertainment, and marketing, and the developments across Nigeria and Africa at large. Watch parties, where some Nigerians watch the AFCON. While we were in the hot seats in the stadiums, others were also in hot seats in Nigeria here. But finally, let's wrap up the segments with a breaking news that happened yesterday. Not so much breaking news anymore, as it's been the talk of the town since yesterday. 22 months later, 22 games in charge, winning 11, losing 7. Drawing 4, the Super Eagles head coach, Jose Pizarro, has stepped down. The Portuguese tactician led Nigeria to the silver medal and second place at the AFCON, at the just concluded AFCON in the Ivory Coast. The coach of the Super Eagles has now left this position. Yesterday, he said via his account on X, we concluded our contract with the NFF. It was a pride to honor the coach of the Super Eagles. It's been 22 months of immense dedication, sacrifice, emotion, and enormous enthusiasm. We feel a sense of fulfillment. What next for the Super Eagles, coach? What next for the Super Eagles? What next for the Super Eagles team? That's what has been the talk of the town from a lot of Nigerians across board. What next? What next? The Super Eagles coach, the Portuguese tactician who took Nigeria from, from the bedrock of them not being a complete team to playing in the Ivory Coast and, triumphing and going winning second place, silver medal at the just concluded AFCON at the Ivory Coast. There's been a lot of rumors that Austin Eguavoen will come in and step in as interim pending when the situation is properly solved and when a main head coach will come in line. But how are we going to get there? That's what some people have been asking. Austin Eguavoen was the coach who was there when Nigeria got knocked out by Ghana and were unable to make it to the 2020 Qatar World Cup. Some people are quite convinced that he is the man for the moment. Some people are not convinced. But what do you think? Go to the social media handles. Let us know what you think about this Pizarro issue and the NFF. Do you think that he should be reinstated? He's also getting, calls from across continent. I mean, he finished second at the AFCON. Who wouldn't? Let's wait and see what the Super Eagles and the NFF have in store for us. My name is Ayo Adams, and this has been the sports segment of the Weekend Show